Charles Badger Clark was an American poet. Early life. Charles Badger Clark was born on January 1, 1883 in Albia, Iowa. His family moved to Dakota Territory, where his father served as a Methodist preacher in Huron, Mitchell, Deadwood and Hot Springs. He dropped out of Dakota Wesleyan University after he clashed with one of its founders, C.B. Clark. He traveled to Cuba, returned to Deadwood, South Dakota, where he contracted tuberculosis, then moved to Tombstone, Arizona to assuage his illness with the dry weather. He returned again to South Dakota in 1910 to take care of his ailing father. There, he contracted tuberculosis. Career. Clark published his first poetry collection in 1917. In 1925, he moved to a cabin in Custer State Park in the Black Hills of South Dakota, where he lived for 30 years and continued to write poetry. Clark was named the Poet Laureate of South Dakota by Governor Leslie Jensen in 1937. His work was published in Sunset Magazine, The Pacific Monthly, Arizona Highways, Collier's, Century Magazine, The Rotarian, and Scribner's. Death and legacy. Clark died on September 26, 1957. His poem entitled "Lead by America" was performed by the Fred Waring Chorus in 1957. In 1969, Bob Dylan recorded "Spanish is the Loving Tongue" in America by heart. Sarah Palin quotes his poem entitled "A Cowboy's Prayer" as one of the prayers she likes to say. Bibliography. Grass-Grown Tales. Sun and Saddle Leather. Spike. When Hot Springs was a pup. God of the Open. Skylines and Wood Smoke. The Story of Custer City, SD. Boot and Bylines. Singleton. Books. Jesse Y. Sundstrom. Badger Clark, cowboy poet with universal appeal. Custer S.